There are plants, and then there are plants. Living works of art. The rich, heavily textured foliage of large aroid species are among the most sought-after plants for display by hobbyists and public gardens alike. Each and every year, botanical expeditions in the rainforests of Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, and Peru uncover new aroid species. One of these aroids is the heavenly, almost fantastical-looking Philodendron Patriciae. Even in a genus crowded with rock-star competition, no other species can compete with a fully realized, fully mature Patriciae. This is the stuff dreams are made of. This imposing giant, both elegant and mighty, thrives in the shady understory and rises into the emergent canopy at elevations from 300 to 1,500 feet above sea level. The largest specimens can have foliage exceeding 4 feet in length. Their rippled emerald leaves cascade from their petioles. A fully grown Patriciae is truly a fountain of foliage. Patriciae is tucked away in the southwestern Choco department in Colombia, particularly around the municipalities of Quibdó and Lloro. Each year, this region receives 40 feet of rainfall, making it one of the wettest places on the planet. The biological diversity and local endemism within this plant's native habitat are extraordinary, with an abundance of new plant and animal species still waiting to be discovered. Most philodendrons are scandent, meaning they have a natural climbing habit. It's common for them to experience changes in leaf morphology as they mature, with juvenile leaves bearing little resemblance to adult leaves. Younger Patriciaes exhibit similarities to other long-leaf philodendrons from southern Colombia and northern Ecuador, like Heterocraspedon and Sherberichii, but the distinctive secondary leaf veins and pleating on the leaf lamina of Patriciae are reliable identifying traits from an early stage. The species was first collected by Dr. Alwyn Gentry and Enrique Renteria in 1979, but the specimen had remained unnamed. In the years to come, other prominent botanists would venture to collect their own specimens. In 1983, Dr. Thomas Crowett found a patch of forest close to Quibdó rich in aroids. This forested area had been harvested by woodsmen over the years, and even still, Mother Nature was still holding strong. It was here that Crowett found perhaps the most exciting aroid known from the Choco at the time. A relatively new, undescribed species of philodendron. After some unsuccessful attempts to establish this plant in a botanical garden, the first live plant in cultivation outside Colombia seems to have been grown at the Selby Botanical Garden in Sarasota, Florida. Dr. Crowett informally named the plant Philodendron splendidum, and with such a splendid name, it didn't take long for the plant to achieve legendary status among aroid collectors. But after After learning that someone else intended to use the name splendidum for a Brazilian philodendron species, which ended up never even being published, Dr. Crowe decided to officially name it in honor of his wife of over 50 years, Patricia. He expressed appreciation for Patricia's unwavering support throughout his career, stating, "This beautiful new species is a tribute to her many efforts on behalf of aroid research." But there was just one problem. A fully formed inflorescence, the reproductive part of the plant, was needed for the publication. Apparently, this particularly dazzling philodendron is surprisingly shy when it comes to flowering. After nearly 2 decades, Dr. Crowe was finally able to obtain an inflorescence and describe Philodendron Patriciae in 2010. In the description, Dr. Crowe called Patriciae the most attractive species in the genus. Whew. Damn! Now there's a keeper, Patricia! Throughout the 2000s, imported Patriciaes began appearing more frequently on the market. They were infamously expensive and prone to mortality. Only in the post-COVID and post-aroid mania era have we seen once rare gems like Patriciae become much more common in cultivation. In 2012, Dylan Hannon of the Huntington Botanical Garden became the first person to propagate Patriciae from seed. He was very selective about his seed parent and pollen donor in his efforts to introduce hardy seedlings into cultivation. After harvesting, he and the Huntington shared their seeds with other public gardens. Patriciae gives its best growth and leaf color under about 500 to 1,000 foot candles. Light exceeding 1,500 foot candles may cause visible bleaching on the leaves. Now, while Patriciae does come from one of the wettest regions on planet Earth, it's known to adapt surprisingly well to low humidity as a houseplant. It's also quite a heavy feeder for an epiphyte. So, if you have moderately hard tap water, then your Patriciae will generally like the extra minerals. The inflorescence of Patriciae emerges a pale green color before changing to a pink to bright red. Through a phenomenon called thermogenesis, the inflorescence heats up, usually around dusk, to create a warm mating cove for their natural pollinators, beetles. According to Dr. Crowe himself, the inside of a philodendron's inflorescence at night is just one orgy after another. And if you can get that inflorescence pollinated, growing philodendrons from seed is fairly easy, and you can expect a flowering-sized specimen in about 3 to 5 years. Since I'll be visiting Colombia in a couple months, I was hoping to visit the area Patriciae can be found. Unfortunately, it's quite out of the way from any large city. And I've been told it's not a very safe place either. The beautiful rainforests of Central and South America have, in some instances, been protected from outsiders by bad politics. Local small towns run by cartels, record-high cocaine production, and civil unrest has kept tourism and human activity at bay in some areas. But don't misunderstand me. Colombia and other Central and South American countries have their tourist-friendly areas and plenty of hiking trails for nature lovers like me to enjoy. So I guess for now, I'll have to enjoy my domesticated Patriciae. But maybe one day, when the time is right, I'll have a chance to see a massive, wild Patriciae, growing 30 feet tall up a tree. Dozens and dozens of long leaves draped high over my head. Like I said, there are plants. And then there are plants.